What's going on, guys? Back with another video for you tonight. Please do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Of course, your criticism in the comment section, and as always, follow me on Twitter. My username is ShutdownSafety. Real quick, want to touch on my last video, the title, Selling Out and Changing My Channel. Complete sarcasm. I don't know how anybody couldn't see that, but clearly some were unable to. Secondly, for the people that were analyzing my voice and tone, I wish you would analyze the situation as well. I mean, I'm exhausted from a trip, a flight. I'm recording a video at 2 in the morning to give you my impressions of Community Day. Like, what more do you want from me to do? I mean, I'm tired. Sorry. I actually putting content and giving my impressions of the situation on the channel before sleep. I guess if you want to judge me for that, you probably shouldn't be judging my tone. You should be judging my priorities in life. But regardless, I'll prime you. There's a Madden 25 video coming out on my channel. In the video, I say that I'm impressed with the game, and I'm going to stand by that. There are some things in the game from a simulation perspective that impress me. We'll go into detail with them in the future, but I saw things that really did surprise me in terms of little nuances that I did not expect. Does that make it the best game ever? No. Does that make it the perfect game? No. Is it a clone of 2K5, 2K8? No. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, if you're going to accept me as a voice in your community, in this community, that's fine. I appreciate it. I respect the opportunity. But, when you give me that power, it doesn't excuse you from speaking on topics that maybe I don't even bring up, or topics where you don't share my opinion. I don't care what realm of conversation we're talking about or what topic. No person can speak in absolute for another. It's just not possible. You're not going to agree with every little point I make. So when I go out and say, if you don't like the direction of my channel, do your own, that's what I'm saying. You can misconstrue it whichever way you want, but that's what I'm saying. Now, for the select few in this community that constantly want to harbor negativity, I'm not even going to respond to you guys directly. I wish no one would. Because to me, it's sad that there's people in this community that won't make an opinion on football-based content. But as soon as someone does something they don't agree with, they'll make hours of videos on that person. So, here we are. NFL 2K5, a game I guess I'm not supposed to play anymore, according to some. Gonna go ahead and knock this video out. Alright, if you're noticing a camera break here, just had to change my batteries, had the battery die halfway through this whole thing, but I want to talk about two things in this video. First of all, to me, is one of the most difficult things in any video game, and that's having difficulty be increased in a realistic way, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about foot planning and user control as we run this at speed. So as you can see here, I got about a 11, 12 yard run by Edgerrin James, an outside run. I want to go back and focus on, like we talked about, difficulty levels. A lot of times when you look at a game and you talk about difficulty level, particularly in football, a lot of people feel it's done through the computer cheating you. So I want to kind of look at this play and assess it as a realistic way of doing so. Now I realize some of you aren't going to like the way that guard pulled up in front, but that's another day for another video. But Tom Lipinski comes out here. He's going to take a really bad angle approaching this cornerback to block. And you can see here, right about now, he realizes he's not in the best position to block. He has to completely stop, regain his momentum and acceleration. And you can visibly see the separation this causes in the play. Now, he continues to trail his defender. But ultimately, you're going to see, as I come in with user control on the opposite side of the screen, he's not able to block him until I execute a spin move that allows the momentum of that cornerback to be stopped. And I stopped this at a pretty good area here because I want to talk about, video games. This is a video game issue. This isn't a football issue. This is players warping animations, shifting through each other. And as I've talked about in other videos, I can deal with some of this. This is probably the most I could ever deal with it. But I can deal with clipping and warping and things like that in terms of a video game, because that's what I'm playing. It's fundamental football issues that give me a problem. So when we go back and we just watch this from Edgerrin James's perspective, and we talk about freedom of running, user control, and a running back, these are things that are imperative to a realistic football game that at best can make every running back in the game feel unique with their own skill set and attributes, and at worst can make everyone in the game feel the same and remove the replay of a game in terms of an experience being unique, and ultimately make a game feel stale and repetitive. Now, when I get the handoff here, you can see I'm able to run up, and in this example, you could even make the case that the cuts are too quick and too clean. I go to cut up field based on a block that Reggie Wayne is holding, but once he releases that block there in the upper left-hand side of your screen, I realize now I've got two defenders, and I'm able to cut back around Pico as he kind of sets an edge for me. And this is pretty good mobility in terms of a running back and being able to kind of on the fly adjust to a play. And there is some poor blocking there by Reggie Wayne, but as you can see, when I come up here and I go to spin move around this corner, this is where you see Lipinski's block get set up, and then ultimately I'm able to kind of unrealistically charge through Sharpa before I'm tackled completely. But the important thing here when we talk about realism and difficulty settings, I like that Lipinski went out and blocked. And even though we didn't do a good job, that's what made the play more difficult. He didn't go out to the second level and stop. He didn't go out and not block anyone. His missing blocks made the play change course and exponentially more difficult. But the fact that he stayed with his assignment ultimately allowed the play to be a success, and that's what football is a lot about in real life. So I appreciate you guys taking time to check out this elongated video. Of course, I'll be back in the week with more content, and hope everybody has a safe and happy weekend.